Here we go. Here we go. Hello, everybody. All right, that's cool. Salve. Hello, everyone. Hey, that's pretty cool. A lot of people here. Yes, that's cool. All right. All right. Just reading a lot of people. Thanks a lot. So let me know where guys from. Just to start. Oh, that's too fast for me. It's fun. Philippines. All right. Brazil, Mexico, Mexico, and Turkey. Great. Great. UK, Poland, Brazil, São Paulo, Sweden, Holland, Colombia. All right. You guys can hear me great? All good? So let's do. So sounding okay? I'm alone here, so I have to do the whole thing here. Hopefully everything's gonna work great. So let me see, like Portugal. Oh wow, that's so fast. Holland, Portugal, Turkey, India, Costa Rica, pura vida, Israel, Greece, Malacas, Turku, like Turkey is Turku from Finland. Oh yeah, of course. Mani Kinonen. Slovakia, Finland, Mikko Kulmala. I'm here in Kruunahaka. So, yeah, never know. We might be neighbors. Napuri, you know. Yeah, Guatemala. Oh, that's amazing. Spain, Chile, China. Oh, that's cool. Colombia. So let me know about did you guys, the guitar sound was okay? All right. Poland, Chapecó, Spain, Morocco. Oh man, I would love to go there. Norway. All right, so the idea here is to play the album. And I had that idea, I've been doing some lives on Instagram and stuff, and I did one here on YouTube maybe 2 weeks ago. And I said, well, I should do something a little bit more special than just, starting a live and chatting. And then I said, why not playing a full album? And then, of course, I decided to play No Gravity because it was first of all, because, of course, it's a very important album for me. It was my first solo album, and I have a lot of memories. And I can share, my idea is to share some of those memories here. And it was a very tough decision to make that album. I was very scared and afraid to make that album back in 2004, so a long time ago. And and also I decided to do that album because I normally play at least 4 or 5 songs from that album, so it would be an easier task, not easy, but easier task to try to play the entire album. And then I decided that Tuesday, and then I just to avoid any procrastination, I did a story saying like, okay guys, I will do it on Saturday in English and on Sunday in Portuguese, because I know there's a lot of my friends from Brazil. And so here we are. So I had to, it was kind of hard in a way to remember, and I was trying to play some songs that I didn't play for years and years and years, trying to remember those songs. But anyways, it was cool. It's good. It's a great feeling, to be honest. Composing your own songs is a great feeling. I have to tell you. I don't know how many guitar players we have here. Probably lots. But like when you write your own song, it's a special feeling, and it's very hard before you show to people. the songs before you play, and but anyway, so let's stop talking and let me play. And then in between the songs, of course, I would chat with you guys, and because this is not a concert, right? So that's a live streaming, so it's fun. So here we go. So yeah, it's a lot of questions here. All right, so let's see. I would like to ask you guys to, when I start playing, if you can say, thumbs up. It sounds good. I can hear everything. Guitar volume is good. Whatever, just say if it's bad, good. Just write something for me so I can see it's working. And then for the next song, we can, fix something if necessary. Hopefully it's not. We have a problem here, which is the first song of the album is Enfermo, and it is like one of the most, I think it's the most difficult song of the album. So I shouldn't be starting with that song, but I decided to play the album, so I have to play, right? So I don't know. All right. Here you go. You know what? I do better. Turn off my mic so you don't hear the string noises and things like this, okay? So it's gonna be better quality, I guess. man, this is it's a tough one. So, all good, sounds good. Guys can backing track and guitars, all good, and guitars like one guitar. So let me know if you guys can hear well my voice, the guitar, backing tracks, and everything. All good, cool. Man, it's pretty fast here. Everything here, it's very hard to follow. Anyways, awesome. Eita carai. We have like interesting languages here. Treasure, legend. Okay, thank you. Good sound, sounds good. Bravo, bravo. Thanks, guys. Yeah, so this song, Enfermo. Yeah, it's in Spanish, Enfermo, when you're sick. You know, hopefully you're not sick now with the corona. But in Portuguese it's the same, Enfermo. And I remember the band of this album, it's me and Mike Tirana, great drummer from New York. And was me and Mike Tirana, basically. I played the bass, and I played some percussion. Mike played some percussion. I played the piano and then other instruments, whatever, keyboards and stuff, acoustic guitars, some snare drums, and some little things. Because first I didn't have the money, actually, to be like hiring a lot of people. I mean, I could, but I guess, or ask friends, but I was there in Germany to record the album. I was already in a nice studio with Dennis Ward as an engineer and producer. And Dennis Ward is a great producer, singer, and bass player. And he was doing Angra album. At the time, he was producing the Angra albums. And then he decided he had the time to do this album with me. It was great. So we went to the decent studio and with Mike Tirana. And Mike Tirana, he stayed there with me for 3 days, right, to record the drums. And he recorded, 3 days. One to set up, and then kind of 1 day and a half, 2 days to record the whole album and percussion. And then when he came to the studio, he saw this beautiful studio with a big mixing board, big room, like the old days. And he recorded some Tony McAlpine and some other guitar players. And then he said, wow, it's many, many years that I don't play in the studio like this. This is crazy. And it looks like it's endangered species, the guitar players in instrumental music. We're talking about 2004. So he said that, and I was so afraid of doing the album. And I was not sure, to kind of spend all the money, and then I was not sure about the songs are good. Am I able to do the whole thing by myself, playing the whole thing and composing the whole thing, and then, deciding about the artwork, photos, the whole thing. I was really not sure. And then when he said that, it's like, wow, yeah, probably I'm doing something completely wrong, because who is going to listen to that? Nobody ever will listen to this kind of music anymore. So we are, for sure, guitar players, we are endangered species. 2004 we're talking about. And here we are to 2020 playing, still playing those songs. So that's why the second song of the album, is the title of the second song of the album is Endangered Species. Now here we go. All right. All good? All good? Uh-huh. Song name, Endangered Species. Yes. Fast guitar player. I like that song. Yeah. It's kind of simple in a way. Um, two parts and let me know how many guitar players we have here. I don't know. Just let me know. Just let me know. So many. So fast. Yeah. Here. Guitar players. Yeah. Like 99% guitar players. One bass player. Yeah. I'm left-handed too. Come on. But I started playing like this, like a normal people. I feel, anyways. I'm normal. Yeah, so here we go. Track number 3, Escaping. Oh, there's a pianist there. That's good. Yeah, I need some lessons. All right, so now I'll play the third track, Escaping. It's kind of my, well, I can talk about the song later, but it's pretty much like Joe Satriani kind of thing because of the Lydian mode. As we have a lot of guitar players, you guys know about the modes, right? And scales and pentatonics and all that, right? So, yeah, we can talk more about later. So basically, this song was born with the idea of having this rock, kind of Joe Satriani, like basic rock, and always like using Lydian modes. And then if you pay attention and if you know a little bit about the modes, you're gonna notice that I go throughout the song. I use like A Lydian, D Lydian, C Lydian, E Lydian, B Lydian, G Lydian. So there's a lot of Lydian in different keys. So it brings a special sound, special vibe to the song. All right, so here we go. All right. Cool. All good. Are you guys enjoying so far? Um, yeah, let me know if you guys know those songs, or is the first time you're watching me playing those songs. It might be like some people just got to know me because of Megadeth. Some some people know me from the '90s with Angra, or from that album in 2004, 2005. Let me know if you have any comment about that. This album was released in Europe 2005, Brazil 2004, 2005. So let me know if you have something. Um, yeah, I have that album. That's good. First time, Les Redempteurs. First time, yeah. So that's cool. First time for me, Augustine. Um, yeah. So say hello to Nina. Yes, Nina. Um, yeah. So I Angra was recording Temple of Shadows, which is a great album. It might be that one day I do something like that too. It's not an easy album to play, so I have to practice a little bit to be able to play that. But during the same time, I was writing some songs, and I was writing the songs from Angra, and I had some other material that was more guitar player, because I was always a big fan of all the um, instrumental music from the guitar players in general, like Jeff Beck or Satriani, Jason Becker, the Mark Friedman albums, um, Greg Howe, Clapton, although any guitar players, But there was a time like Paul Gilbert, Racer X, Vinnie Moore, so many, so many. So I was like late '80s, early '90s. It was like, late '80s. I was a teenager, and I was like obsessed with those albums. Yngwie Malmsteen, of course, and Van Halen, but like those instrumental albums, Steve Vai, and then we started Angra in 91, 92, and then we we had an awesome career during the '90s, and then 2004, I was I should do like something that I really like, this kind of music, instrumental music, and I was doing a lot of guitar clinics, and I was playing some whatever backing tracks and blues and some stuff, backing tracks, just random stuff, sometimes some Angra songs, and then I was writing songs. Then it's funny, it took me a long time to be able to write songs with confidence, because in a band you write in a group, so you can give one small idea and the other guy gives another idea and somebody else, and then suddenly you have a song and you play together, and then you build a song from that, maybe from your small idea. But when you're alone and you have this small idea, and what are you going to do next and next and next, and how are you going to do the whole arrangement and the structure and the solos and the melodies, the counter melodies, the overdubs, and deciding the whole thing and then the whole concept. It's pretty challenging, and it took me a long time. So that's why I'm very proud of this album, because of that, because I had the courage of doing it, basically, and I did it the right. I kind of tried to do my best back in the day. So I went to Germany with Dennis Ward producing. He's an American guy from Texas, but he lives in Germany. He grew up there, I guess. And so I went to Germany. Mike Tirana is another American guy from New York, but he was living in Germany back in the day. So yeah, for some reason, it was easier to go to Germany and work with those two Americans. And so that's my first album. So yeah, so now the title of this album. Let me see the message here, what the guys are talking about. A lot of stuff here. Ooh. so fast. George Lynch, yes, somebody said George Lynch. Yes. You know, the reason I play with the open hand is because of George Lynch. You know, to play like this. You know, some other guys, they play like this, right? With the closed hand. And I was always, because I like it, to play like this, you know, with the open hand. Because of George Lynch. I think it was not even like watching videos. I was just seeing pictures, and I thought it was cool to have like a, you know, open hand. I think Van Halen maybe a little bit, you know, anyways. So, yeah. Mr. Scary. So yeah, now I'm gonna play the No Gravity song. Then we talk about why the name and why yeah, the reason I did the album a little bit more. I can talk. Yeah, here we go. All right, cool. So that's the title of the album. And by the way, I put the backing track of that song for you. So we have a link down below. So if you wanna, yeah, I put the backing track of that song, No Gravity. It's let me show you here. You know, it's a simple song to improvise over. You know, A major to E major. So it's a plagal. You know, it's like a 4/1 resolution, right? I hope you know that. And then it goes to the chorus. You know, go to the fifth. So B major. Instead of the fifth resolving on the major, I go to the relative minor. So you know, gives a more melancholic feeling somehow. And then like getting from the minor modes, a G major, dominant chord, and resolving E, and then F sharp, Lydian, just to give this no gravity feeling. So I mean, I hope for the guitar players here, just saying, you know. So I'm using the E major scale here, but of course, when you have the G major, you have to go to the G major, and then just for a brief moment here. That's why during the phrases, I kind of do the arpeggios of D major. And what else? And then it goes to the interlude, the middle of the song, and then I get another borrowed chord from the E minor. You know, it's a way to think more modal. C major, E major, C major, E major, and then this part, and then the entire song goes to minor, so it gets this Latin groove minor. Because I kind of like this major ballads in major chords, which is a very common thing in North America, because you know they're all optimistic, and the Latins they're all kind of melancholic. So then you go minor. There's always you know, you have to go minor. You have to feel sad at some point, even in a major key song. So basically, that's the harmony. So if you download the backing track, you can play along and try to play the song, or just, you know, improvise anything you want. Cool. Let me see here. Oh. Croatia, nice. Why No Gravity? Yeah. So the title came. The title, I was thinking, well, even if it's instrumental music, you have to. Every song has a concept. And if you want to write songs, even if there is no lyrics, the song has to have some kind of a concept, kind of strategy. What do you want to do with that song? Like I said, the previous song, I was like doing all Lydian. So it has a sound, because I was playing around the Lydian mode and trying to make a song out of that. Different keys, different tempos, right? So I have this knowledge of the Lydian mode, but what are you going to do if you learn a mode, if you learn a scale, if you learn a chord? You have to do something with that. And then also all the technique you practice, so you have the skills to play something, but when you combine the knowledge of the scales, arpeggios, and pentatonics, all that, and the music theory in general, you combine it with your skills in your instrument, and then you have to, then you start getting the flow of trying something that comes from your heart, that comes from you, that comes from the references that you've been listening for years and years, for your entire life, right? So it's like the No Gravity song for me. It's not the same, but for me, I always had that song. I don't know if you guys know um, Rod Stewart with Jeff Beck. People Get Ready, and then it was like I even don't know. I don't know how to play the song, but you know, kind of a Joe Mayer thing, but this is from the 80s. So I always had that. So I wanted to write a song like this, because I always liked that song. It's a beautiful song. It has a beautiful solo from Jeff Beck. And I remember as a kid, watching that music video, Jeff Beck sitting there inside in a train wagon or something. And I wanted to write a song like that. So you have the knowledge of the scales, you have the technique to play things, but you have to have some concept, some idea, to a goal. And okay, I want to write a song like that, like the People Get Ready, in that vibe, but not exactly copying the song, because you don't want to copy a song. You just want to get the vibe, and that's what I tried with that song, No Gravity. And but also a lot of people, I remember back in the days, now people ask me, how many followers do you have on Instagram, right? So that's what people ask you nowadays. But back in the day, like 2004, people used to ask me, what do you feel when you play guitar? What's the feeling of going on stage and playing? And you close your eyes and you play, and then you don't look at the notes and head, right? Um, some lagging here. All right. Hopefully it's good. So, and then the only way I could describe that was saying with that No Gravity, you know. And that this came to my mind when I saw an ad from a skateboard. Was a skateboard ad on TV. I was at the gym, and then I was looking at the TV there, whatever. And then maybe it's a brand or somebody said there, No Gravity. So like, okay, that's my feeling. The guy flying in his skateboard, you know. So, yeah. Anyways, I hope you like my story. I talk a lot. Anyways, so Costa Rica, Pura Vida. I'm working on my new album. Yes, I'm probably gonna start talking about. I will do a crowdfunding with a lot of cool stuff. I'm just finalizing the whole thing, so probably in a week or 10 days or something like this, I will. You guys wanna? I will share what's happening. All right. Talk escaping. That's okay. Can I please? All right. So another one now. Another one. There's the fifth track of the album. Boa, boa. Oh, cool. Ah, it's lagging, huh? Let me check something here. Maybe it's getting too warm. I'm back. Ah! All right. Tá travando, né? All right. Good, good. Now we have some connection problems here, I guess, but seems to be good, right? All right. Hopefully it's good. No problems. Uh-huh. But still. Huh. Seems to be all good for me. All right, so yeah, another one now. Another one. La force de l'homme. Is there any French there? Est-ce qu'il y a en français? I think so, right? There was one, at least. So let me see here. All right. Oh, so many messages. Thanks a lot, but it's hard to follow. Okay, cool. Yeah, oui, je suis français. So I was reading a book from a French writer, Amélie Nothomb, in French. I was trying to, learn some French back in the days there. And then I was reading, I don't remember the name of the book. I read from her like maybe 2 or 3 books. And Amélie Nothomb, I guess, yeah. And there was this phrase there, like la force de l'homme, and I thought it was beautiful. The name and the sound and the way it looks and the meaning, of course. Something like the power of the soul, right? And yeah, and actually the book it was a conversation about the cello. So somebody was talking about the cello and the power of the soul of the cello, of the instrument. So I thought, wow, that's perfect. It's beautiful. And then that's why the name of that song, it came from that book. Yeah, I mean, everybody kind of, I think everybody knows Amélie Nothomb, right? Yeah, j'aime beaucoup Amélie Nothomb. Okay, Nothomb, not, yeah, it's great. It was pretty hard. I was kind of hard to read the stuff in French, but anyways, I was trying my best. It was very interesting, very cool writing. Yeah, let's try this one now. I really like that song. It's a song that it's a very Brazilian, I guess, for me. The way it came from. Actually, I was playing like a samba, the whole melody, and Mike Tirana put like a more straightforward beat because I didn't have the idea of the groove of the song. I was not sure about it. I have like kind of maybe samba, but then Mike Tirana would, I didn't have like a clear idea. So when we did maybe 2 or 3 days rehearsing. We rehearsals in Hamburg, and yeah. So I think he came like, okay, Kiko, let's play like straight beat, and it's like, oh, that's good, sounds good. So the song was born more as a Brazilian song, the melodies and the groove and everything in acoustic guitar. But then it turned out to be something completely different. But here we go. Hopefully, no lagging anymore. Uh, Cool. another one now. I really like to play that La Force de l'Homme song. It's an interesting song because of the structure of the song is not very, the song builds. It doesn't repeat the parts, but I found ways of repeating some melodies so it makes sense. And I like some parts of the harmonies that it's pretty hard for the guitar players here to improvise. I mean, to improvise here. So we have like a lot of minor chords in different keys. So it's kind of interesting. Right. So E minor, and then you have C minor, B minor, A minor, and then F sharp. So kind of tá desafinado. Right. I really love the minor chords with third on the bass. A lot of songs you will find that. All my songs at least. And yeah, first inversions. Oh, a lot of. It's hard to follow. Anyways, another one. So now, I will try to play that one, which is, I don't know if we're going to succeed, but let's see. Yeah, it's a short one, this one. And this is not, just like a short song. And I remember I had this percussion. I don't know if I played the percussion or in the album I played, but at home maybe I had a loop or something, and I put a delay on this loop, and that was like something very, was a mantra, and then I was just like playing, simple tapping things, and I remember it was getting dark, and the room was completely dark, and I was just improvising over this. And then I recorded the idea for, just to have it. And then when doing the album, deciding which song, I said, oh, I had that tapping thing. It could be cool to have in between songs a short tapping thing as a lot of albums, guitar albums, they have, a little tapping thing or just acoustic little piece. So I decided to do that. And it's fun. Yeah. Now I have long nails to play acoustic guitar, so it's kind of not easy to play. Anyways. So, yeah, another one now. So, so hard to follow. Ooh. So, yeah, this album was not easy, man. And then, you know what? I was alone in the studio. I mean, alone. During the day, there was a lot of people in the studio. There was all the studios. But then after 7 o'clock, 7 p.m., everybody, left and then closed the studio. And then I had my apartment, like was just like a room, just a small apartment by the studio. And I was alone there, So I was practicing guitar. I was practicing the bass because I had to play the bass because I didn't have any bass player. I was practicing bass. I was doing the keyboards at night. And are you asking me about the internet? Yes, in 2004 there was internet, but was just the cable internet, and the computer with the internet was inside the studio. So after they closed the studio, I didn't have access to the internet. So I was like, well, I might as well just play guitar and play the bass, and I was fine-tuning the songs and the compositions and practicing some extra melodies. Doing the keyboards, I remember having like a keyboard inside the apartment, so I was programming some stuff as well, and practicing basically, Yeah, something that we don't have time to do this anymore. Everybody's like on the phone. All right. So mais uma. I have a question for you guys. Well, let me play one. Then I ask. So, back. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Let me see. Uh-huh. Let me see what's going on here. So let me read a little bit of what you guys are talking about. So I know you guys play guitar. A lot of guys play guitar here. I'm not playing songs from other albums, though. Just for you guys to know, okay? And because I don't have the backing tracks, I'm not ready for that. So the idea is to play the No Gravity songs. And there's a drummer here. That's good. So do you guys write songs? I want to know if you guys write songs, or when you play guitar, you prefer to play other solos, or you like to basically you feel like still learning stuff. You're not ready to compose. What's the feeling of composing a song? Seems to be like a difficult task, a difficult thing to do or not. Just I would like to know about that, because I had this feeling when I started that composing a song, like writing a riff or creating a melody, was for some specific people. And actually then I started to play with other guys that was more composers than players, and then it's like, oh no, so there's an art to it. It's something that you can practice, I would like to know a little bit what you guys think about that. Let me see. Oh, it's hard to read. Other comments here. Yeah. Let me see if it's here. It's easier. Most of the time gets stuck in some parts, connecting ideas parts, still some to improve. Yeah, that's normal. That's pretty normal, to be stuck. When you write songs, you have always to remember, like this album has 13 songs. Some songs are pretty short. Basically, when you listen to an album that has 10 songs, for sure the artist will kind of prepare 15. Some artists, they focus on the songs of the album, but for sure they have other leftovers, ideas. And then for me, at least I have 15 songs, not complete songs, of course, but 15 ideas at least. So I choose 10 out of 15, and of a lot of incomplete stuff, riffs, and then it goes over 50 or maybe 100 of ideas, like, because you just record stuff every time you feel like, oh, this is good, this is cool. And then whenever you feel like this, you record. And it doesn't matter if it's difficult, if it's deep, or it uses some kind of a different scale, whatever. It doesn't matter. It can be a very simple thing. But if you like that thing, simple thing, you should record, because it connects to you. It's something that you like. It's important to you, so you record those ideas. It can be on a computer, on a phone, in any device, and then you just keep collecting those ideas. And maybe out of 50, you can choose 5. That's the way it works. And then from those 5 ideas, try to make 3 songs. Then you have to work a lot. So it's kind of the way I do, the way normally when you ask people the way they do in a certain way, depending on the style of the music. But normally the composers, they are collecting ideas. And then at some point they say, oh, I remember I have an idea that probably fits to that song. And then go there and connect. So this is very important. So I just want to know you guys, you can do that, compose a song. I don't know. I'm trying to compose, but I think I'm not versatile with different rhythms, menino, and grooves. Can you give me a tip of what I should practice for? A metal gallop. I want to do more than a metal gallop. Well, that's one thing, So we have the metal gallop. Probably, if you listen to metal, you can name songs with different grooves, different styles of riffs, and you can always, you can even take note, the styles, the ideas, and then you just get, let's say I don't know, let's say you only know pentatonics. Let's say, okay, I know pentatonics. But only know, you can do like something like that only knowing the A minor pentatonic. So it's an inspiring thing that you can do like cool stuff with minimal theory or minimal, you don't need to know a lot of stuff. It's more like the composing is not, it's more like the feeling. You're saying like menino Batima, the menino Batima. You think I'm not versatile, I'm not ready, or I don't know much stuff. But actually, if you know a few things, if you know the pentatonic, you can do. You can play a Bob Marley song, and be a big hit. So you don't need to know a lot of scales. It's more like the feeling of putting out and believing in your ideas. Be confident. And to be confident, you have to do a lot of ideas, as I said, like 10, 50, 100 ideas, and you choose some of them because you really believe in those ideas. And that's, to make an album, you have to have like some ideas that you like a lot, some that you kind of do it in the last minute because you have to have an album that's like a 1 hour long, 50 minutes long. Yeah, so it's a interesting, it's a big project to do an album, to be honest. But yeah. So now I'm gonna play another one. Yeah. Oh. I have no recording device. If you have a phone, you have a recording device. Okay, now I'm gonna play the most difficult. The most difficult song was Enfermo, but now this one, because it's an improvised song. This song I composed in at the studio. And I will try to do it now. Audio is good? Let me see. I'm just getting the mic. tune. Here we go. Oh yeah. Forgot that. All right. You guys like those kind of acoustic songs? So this song I composed there at the studio in between recording the album. And I understood, I was inspired, and I felt like I should do something more Brazilian, at least a short song. And then I wrote that, and it was really good. And it's amazing how revisiting this song, I played years ago, but I don't play that often. It's cool to revisit the album, playing the whole album, and mainly now because it just finished. I'm finishing my, I composed my new album, I recorded, so now it's mixing, it's the master, and artwork and all those things has to be prepared. Has to be prepared now. So it's amazing, like revisiting my first album, and now that I know the new songs, the way I approach composition now, the way I did with Megadeth, the way I did with Megadeth in Dystopia, with Megadeth in the new album that I wrote some stuff, which is it's a different thing from this, but it's similar, There's a lot of stuff that's similar. I'm the same person, but the different approach is, of course, the acoustic guitar is very different. The harmonies, the melodies. So it's very exciting. I was thinking like this the last days, and yesterday night I was like, I should do, because I have some guitar courses, and I have and I did I did in Brazil a guitar experience, a guitar event, like a full day. But now we cannot do it. Now we cannot do any experience like the one I did in Brazil. I did for 2 times already, and of course many clinics. But the guitar experience with me is more like the full day, 6 hours with the breaks in between. So we stayed together for 8 hours, a full day. And it's too bad, because I'd love to share with the guitar players here that wants to learn the techniques that I'm using. The guitar players that wants to know how to create a melody, but also like a technical a technical lick or technical phrase that goes inside those melodies or those harmonies and song structure, and then to create a song that is much more than I don't know, because I was never a guy like copying. I played a lot of solos and I tried to play other guitar players' songs, but not 100%. Always like, oh, I want to get inspired and write my own stuff. And then I think it's the ultimate goal as a musician is learning all these music assets, all the scales, all these harmonies and theories, and learn the best. The more the better, right? And develop your skills, but also understand how to build a concept to make a song, and then get into the mood of writing a song. And then there's so many phases, and so that's what I teach in the guitar experience. So yesterday night I kind of had an idea because I saw the people doing from other, not musicians but other people doing it, to do like a live a guitar experience live like this, but long, like 6 hours. So I decided to do. It was today basically that I decided to do this, and I hope you like the idea. So it's gonna be. I'm planning to do next Saturday. No, we're all at home. So next Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern time, New York time. So here's gonna be later in Europe. But anyways, for 6 hours, and probably gonna extend to go through all those songs, but not only with the backing tracks, tabs, licks, the whole thing. But I will explain in depth all the concept, the harmonies, the licks, the techniques, how to get the best, how to interpret the songs, and all that is necessary for you to know. How to create your own songs, because at the end of the day, I believe the best feeling as a musician is to write your own songs. That's my. And then the more you learn other songs and you get inspired from other artists, and the easier it's gonna be for you to write your own songs. So I wanna spend this time with you, like how to tell a story, how to build a song, and how to transform your knowledge, your scales that or into songs, but also to learn. Maybe you know just a little, not much. So I can teach you all the scales. I think in a full day experience, we can share a lot of stuff. Here I'm playing the songs and talking a little bit, and being not very focused on harmony and guitar stuff. But basically, that's my idea. So I would check here with my team, because I asked them to put a link. So basically, I want to know if you're interested to become this musician that has full control of your music and can transform your knowledge into songs. And it's an incredible feeling to be very clear with you. And then I was so afraid when I did this album. That's why I like to play this album, because I was not sure about the quality of the songs and if it was good enough. I know some songs are better than others, or some people like some more than other ones, but this doesn't matter in the end, because I was able to write 13 songs by myself and play all the instruments and stuff, not the drums, of course, and do that. So let me check here, because it was just such a last minute thing. I decided, and so I'm gonna spend 6 hours with you guys on Saturday, and then I will put a link if this works. Okay, whatever. It doesn't work. Oh yeah, I know why it doesn't work. And okay, let me see with my team. So my idea here is so the full price for this would be, I was thinking to charge $400 per person, but I would do for the people who's now at the live at this moment, 199. So I'm just checking with my team if they can put this live right now, and then we can spend this 6 to 8 hours together next Saturday. And let me see here if this is working. And they're gonna ask them to put this now. Anyways, and then I will play the final song. I mean, how many songs we have? 3 more songs. 4 more songs. Well, three and a short one, and the choro de criança. Yeah, so I decided to do, if you really want to spend 6 hours with me, and I will break down the songs, those songs, and of course more in depth about the harmony, melody, structure, how to create your song. So the idea is for you to be motivated to be yourself and know more about the guitar techniques and licks, and I will show everything because you're gonna have time. It's gonna be few people, so you can really interact with me and go ask about guitars and licks and equipment and everything that you need to know, and for a long period. All right, so yeah, so I think we have the link here. That's great, good. So things are. I was like an idea that I had today. I mean, like yesterday night. Um, so. So it was good because I'm so excited to share there's a lot of stuff. You know, if you get the song Enfermo, and then I'm playing like not only like the minor scale, but like diminished, dominant, diminished scales, but here and there in a way that I'm using like jazz scales, melodic minor, harmonic minor. I'm using like a whole tone scale. I'm using the whole thing that you know, if I'm kind of proud of myself what I did like years ago, you know, building the songs, but you have a lot of all the elements, you know. I mean, there's of course much more stuff, but I'm playing metal, but I'm able to add all those uh, different scales and interesting harmonies from the easy ones like No Gravity to the some parts and from escaping, for instance, a lot of the Lydians, changing keys, and the La Forte de Lam as well, and why that works, and why it doesn't sound so I hope for me it doesn't sound jazzy, you know. So I think there's a lot of nuances here and tricks, so you can play something that sounds easier to the listener, but also very deep into in music concepts, and then. My heroes, some of my heroes from Brazilian music, they were always like that. You know, I think Brazilian music in general has this power of being very popular, you know, like the bossa nova time, very popular. The whole world was into it, and then but very deep. Like the harmonies are way more complex than the jazz tunes, you know, or it's at least it's on the same level. So that's my goal, you know, like write stuff that is easy to you know to connect with people, but also has a lot of little things that is special for me because I feel good adding, um, you know, deep, sophisticated, let's say like this, harmonies and melodies on the songs. Um, and now the next one, in a gentle way. So this song, I wrote for the Angra album, and then the guys didn't like it. I guess. Well, I mean, as I said, when you have an album, you write 15, 20 songs, so um, 10 is recorded. But So this one was, maybe I was not ready. And then I decided to play the melody with the guitar. And so now it's in the album. It's very Yes-like, because I'm a big fan of Yes. So let me try again. I said yes. The name of the song, somebody was asking, in a gentle way. Yeah, you can say is I took the idea. It's still like an artist. I took the idea from the album from Miles Davis in a silent way. So I thought, yeah, in a gentle way. Almost the same, in a way, right? Yeah. Um, can review my source of inspiration. I'm a big fan of Miles Davis, by the way. And actually, I said it's kind of a yes, this kind of folk, you know. But also in the end, not the end, a part of the song has this. I love this harmony here from Beatles. I mean, from Beatles. It's, they use a lot. Uh, uh, clean. You know. And then right? This melody. So I play in the very end of the song when I'm improvising. I play those two melodies, the Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds and Dear Prudence from the Beatles. Yeah, but it's just there. Shouldn't say that because I'm, you know, um, Beatles pretty tough with this copyright, but it's just there somewhere, in the solo, just for fun, you know. Uh, so so about the guitar camp there, about the guitar experience online that I'm gonna do, it's very limited. I don't know how many. Gonna be like 30 people, 50 people, something like this. So and then during this live now, half price. So just do it, be there with me. And during the week, because it's just a fresh idea, so during the week I probably gonna show this in my social medias in general, but you're gonna see it's gonna be a little bit more expensive, double price. So now's the time, and let's do it. Learn more. And now is the time for Dilemma. The Dilemma is the 10th song. It's a fast song. And Angra we always did like one or two songs like that, like 170 BPM, like fast double bass. And when I did my solo album, I was not sure that I should do a song just like Angra, you know, because I was, doing a solo album, and in my mind, solo album is like you want to show something different from your band, Otherwise, why you don't, compose for your band? But well, anyways, it's an instrumental song. It could be ideas. There are some ideas there that totally could fit in Angra music. Um, it's not a Megadeth thing at all. It's more like German metal, but it's fun. In the end, it's fun. And the harmonies are I really like. It's very cool. It's all minor harmonies, and we talk about medians, which gives this sound. So this, like what, like host, like Star Wars kind of a soundtrack kind of vibe, and very modern classical music used a lot. So it's all over the place in this song, using a lot of minor chords, minor keys, using the medians. Anyways, but I'm leaving those explanations for the guitar experience. All right? Yeah. All right, so here we go. I'm just reading you guys crazy crazy stuff. Pomodoro works. Yeah, the guitar hacks. I say the Pomodoro thing just to give a break, but I can't now. So yeah, dilemma time now. Yeah, that's why I was talking about. I was not sure about the song, so that's why the name, because it was a dilemma. Should I put that song on the album or not? In the end, it was great because a lot of people like that. They like fast songs, so it works. D minor. think I need a second chance. Oh. All right. I need a second chance. I got kind of lost. Um, all right. So you know what? Um, oh, so hard to read here. Um, now we have the last song. I mean, two final songs, right? And interesting. I mean, for the album works, but for a live situation, this is the best song. Dilemma is the best song, just to okay, done. Uh, but of course, I'm playing the running order from the album. So now I have a ballad again, because I always liked the albums that ends with a very mellow and calm song. So that's the idea. So any other songs you guys are asking, I can do another live, because otherwise it's going to be, so we're 2 hours already. And I have to practice and put the backing track and all that, so I don't have it here. By the way, I have the backing track from No Gravity, the song. There's a link in the description, so you can download and practice, play along, or just create your own melody, do whatever you want. Free backing track there for you. And just just go there, download the song, and practice. And for the guitar experience, that we have the link as well. I'm gonna have all the backing tracks from the album, all those backing tracks that I'm playing. Of course, the full album as well. You have it, all the tabs, all the scores, all the tabs for you to learn the songs if you want. And I will break down in these 6 hours a lot of information about scales, harmony, how to create a song, and all the things behind the tunes in a musical aspect, not stories, but as I'm talking about during the recording process, but mainly the musical aspect of, and also the gear that I used. I think it's part of the sound. It helps you to compose. Also the gear that I use on the album is an interesting topic as well. So here we go. The ballad. Actually, this ballad, I had this song for, I don't know, like forever. It's just a simple song. And I decided to put in the album. And then I think I'm the one playing the snare there, because I kind of decided to do this song last minute. So I think Mike Tirana was not there at the studio. So he recorded a little bit, then the rest of the drums I did myself, which was kind of cool. But I was just able to do it because I have a friend, and his name is Pro Tools, and then he was helping me a lot. Anyways, so here we go. too much gate for this song. But anyways, thank you very much. So now, so that's the last song. Is for a concert, it's not the best last song, I know, because But now, the very, very, very last one. Tired. 2 hours here, huh? It's good. The last one now. I think I'm gonna play along. Let's see what happens. That was the last note of the album. This one. Choro de Criança. Actually, this song was made to be inside of another song, a song called Late Redemption from Angra. So I did the Late Redemption, was a long song, and then in the middle of the song would be that song, but then the song was too long, too prog, and too boring. So I took this whole piece out of the song, just like. And then the Late Redemption song was better. And then I had that, and then I decided to. That's funny here. Then I decided to put in the album. Yeah. All right. So let me do like few more questions and talk. Sofrência. Yeah. So let me. I can answer some questions now. Oh, before we just close this. Tomorrow I will do the same time, but I will be speaking Portuguese. Let me give this message to my friends in Portuguese. So, amanhã, mesmo horário, aí eu vou falar em português, beleza? Vou trazer um garçom, cerveja, aquela coisa toda para ficar bem na pegada. Isso aí. So, yeah, so any questions? Yeah. All right, so let me see some. It's very hard to follow the questions anyway. I have to find a better way. Let me find one question here. Yeah, well, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, everybody. A lot of people thanking. Everything is running from the computer here. I have 3 computers here, but actually one to run the video. I have a Zoom 8.6 getting my voice here, the audio from my voice. What else? I have just a laptop just to see the YouTube, what's happening there. Has a delay. Yeah. So, and I have a laptop running the backing tracks. That's it. So like three computers, but basically one for the video and the streaming, and one for the the Pro Tools, running the backing track. Basically, the backing track and the guitar, and then maybe 2 songs. I had a click track just for the intros. That's it. And yeah, no pedals. I was not prepared to be here, to be honest, with all this coronavirus thing. I came from the tour, so I don't have my equipment, but it's all good, you know. So yeah, that's the equipment. If I would do a Universo Inverso live, you know what? The Universo Inverso has a lot of improv. I have to find all the backing tracks. I do have the backing tracks. I could try. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. How how to learn bossa nova harmony. I mean, if you really like the bossa nova harmony, you know, all those, you know, these things that, those kind of things, or the other song that I play, it's not very bossa nova, right? So the main thing for me was learning all those harmony, bossa nova stuff. We call bossa nova, but bossa nova is a style of music from a period. And the Brazilian music, we have other moments in the Brazilian music, other styles of music, and other names, other rhythms. So I was listening a lot to Brazilian music and other kinds of music as well. And then I really think it's fun when you bring all those elements and you somehow put into your songs. And then my songs I play with the guitar, distortion, delays, and a lot of gain, heavy drums. So how you combine, you know, because I started listening to Iron Maiden, Scorpions, and I don't know, Megadeth, and you know, so all those metal songs, and Dio. I was a big fan of Dio, Black Sabbath. So I wanted to have that sound, but I don't want to be playing like E minor, C, D the whole time. I do a lot, not a problem, or E, F all the time. And then so my songs, I can add more stuff, and then there's a lot of stuff coming from the jazz and the Brazilian music, or a little bit of flamenco, or other stuff. And because music is one thing, so the more you understand, you can add those elements in any style of music. So that's really fun to understand how to put the melodic minor, how to put a dominant diminished scale in a solo in a metal song. How can you, as I said about the song Dilemma, or using the mediants. I learned the mediant relation from the chords, studying a little bit of Schoenberg. Not that I know a lot, but a little bit. I understood kind of that, the sound, the way it was coming from, the way they think. And then, okay, how I can write a metal song with that sound, you know. Yeah, so mixing all that, the pop songs into the melody from the pop songs into something more rock and metal as well. So I think that's the fun of learning music with no boundaries. You know, you learn everything, try to get everything, but when you play the style you want. It's not that you learn bossa nova and then you have to play bossa nova. You can learn bossa nova and then play a metal song with the bossa nova chords, with the bossa nova vibe, and all that. Maybe not the lyrics, because the bossa nova lyrics is all about, you know, happy life in Copacabana, in Rio, and the metal songs normally is not talking about happy life by the beach. Anyways. If I do use books to learn music theory, yeah, I did. I bought books. I was learning stuff. Oh, now it's like, oh no. Yeah, I was learning stuff from the books, but now I have my own way of seeing things. To be very honest, and again, learning, using it, applying. You learn, as I showed before, like you learn A minor pentatonic, and then you learn some songs, and you see what people, great bands, great songs, only using like an A minor pentatonic. So it's not about knowing more, but how you use that. And then you learn something, you use, and then you learn a little bit more, and then you combine, and then you keep learning, but you're always applying somehow and into your own songs. That's the best way. And then you understand the whole thing. And then for me nowadays, it's very clear. Harmony, melody structure. Of course, I always see like new things and see people doing crazy stuff. And but all the fundamentals of music are very, very clear for me. I can use all the modes. I can use all the transpositions, key changes, and stuff. That's very natural for me. You know, of course, music it's no end. You can learn a lot of stuff, and then there's a lot of stuff to learn still. But the base, I'm saying like those basic foundations for me is like very natural. So I can write songs using a lot of elements, and then that's the best way to learn. I mean, applying, and yeah. So that's something that I want to really talk about in this guitar experience that I'm doing next Saturday, because I can go deep. You can understand the way I think, the way I see music, compose music, and then knowing those elements, it's easy to, if I sit down with Dave Mustaine and then I can show him, and he plays something I understand, I know, and then I can suggest something right away to that in that style, and that's why we kind of did some songs together right from the start when I joined the band, and I did a Conquer or Die intro, and then I showed some other stuff, and I showed some other ideas as well that didn't make it to the album. But if you think about it, I have like 3 collaborations with him, playing piano. The acoustic was a very creative moment, because if you understand music, it's easier to talk to any musician, to any artist, and then it's easier to understand everything. So for me, it's very clear, all those elements, So that's what I want to talk in the guitar experience. Well, for now, doing the live until it's now, I'm gonna leave this live up for a few hours. Then probably gonna make private, and tomorrow have another one. So until it's on, you have the 50% discount for this camp, for this guitar experience. So if you're there with me, see you next Saturday, right? Thanks, good advice, brother. Cool, thank you. Cartola, yes. All right, so I'm just reading the message here. A lot of stuff. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you guys really like that. Again, you have the No Gravity song backing track. Just go there. There's a link down below, and download the backing track, play along, have fun. You can find No Gravity album, the entire album on my channel, but also on Spotify. If you want to listen to the songs and get familiar to the songs, if you like what I did. If you want to know more about music, so I'm doing the guitar camp, the guitar experience next Saturday. The link is below as well. And take advantage now, because I'm doing for this live the 50% discount throughout the week. It's going to be double price and limited, so it's not going to be this crazy chat here. I can be like focused on guitar music learning. um, which is fun, that crazy chat. But it's just overwhelming to understand everything that's going on here. Um, all right, thanks, guys. Everybody here, Carlos, Apollo, Cachuchas Blues, uh, Sandra Felicius, everybody, Irene Marino, grazie mille from Italy. Um, Carlos, Pedro Coffee, that's a good name. Um, Color Out of Space, Trey By, a lot of people here. Gaston, Duncan, thank you very much. My French friends from Colombia, everybody that is, if I remember, like people from Argentina, from Chile, from Colombia, from Costa Rica, from United States, from France, from Italy, from Germany, from Poland, from Turkey, from Helsinki, from Turku, Finland, from Holland, from UK, France, Spain, Portugal. I remember seeing all those countries, and all the Brazilians, of course. Um, what else? Peru, Venezuela, yes. I mean, Mexico, yes. Pablo, gracias. Thanks a lot, guys. And yeah, see you guys. Bye.